Welcome back to Cake's Glorious Bakes. I'll give you a clue what we're making today, guys. I'll just go beep beep. No, it's not a car. It's a cream-filled pastry horn. Woo woo! To make our cream puff horns, we've got one sheet of puff pastry. This been resting for about 10 minutes. We've also got some melted butter. So with your cones, we're going to brush these with melted butter so the pastry doesn't stick. The cream horn moulds have been brushed with melted butter. Cut your puff pastry into 8, going widthways. You should get 8 out of this sheet of pastry. So I'm going to show you now how to wrap your pastry around your mould. So you take your pastry, you cover the tip of your mould, you seal, and then we're just going to bring the pastry round, making sure we overlap as we go, all the way and we're going to place it, seal side down. Well done. So then once we've done all that, we're going to brush with some egg and pop in the oven, 200 degrees for about 12 minutes. Okay, so while our pastry horns are in the oven cooking, I've just got some fresh cream in my mixer. I've got 250 ml of fresh cream in my mixer, and I've got some cream cheese here, which is 200 grams of cream cheese, because I've decided I'm going to make cheesecake filled horns. Now that sounds very nice. So my cream is in my bowl. Just going to open my cream cheese. I'm going to put the whole tub of this cream cheese into the cream. So we have a nice creamy mixture. You're going to want to sweeten this a little bit because you don't want to taste the cheesiness really of the cream cheese. So we're just going to add a little bit of icing sugar. Here's my oven beeping, guys, for the cream horns. I should be back in a tick. I'm back. So the first lot of cream horns are, pastry horns have just come out of the oven. They're just going to cool down before I show you how to remove the moulds. So back to this mixture. So we're going to pop this on to mix while we get our icing sugar. Just on slow. You just want it to mix in slowly because I don't want the cream too thick. So I've got my icing sugar, and we're just gonna add just little spoons at the time until we get to the sweetness we want. So turn that off there. So I'm first going in with 1, 2, 3, 4 heaped teaspoons back on. Just going to speed it up a little, the medium speed. I'm watching that carefully because I don't want it too thick. Okay, let's check that now. That looks perfect. What are we looking for? Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't want it any thicker than that because I want to be able to pipe it. So, just put that there a sec. Get myself a teaspoon. So I'm just going to have a little taste to see if I think that's sweet enough for what I want. No, a little bit more sugar. It's still quite cheesy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10 teaspoons in total. I'm not going to turn this back on now. I'm just going to take this off and mix it by hand because I don't want this cream and the mixture to go any thicker. So just going to gently fold in the icing sugar. This just gives it a little bit of sweetness and it takes off the edge of just being too cheesy, really. Another few more times, and then I'm going to get myself another clean spoon and I'm going to taste again. Okay, so this is my dirty spoon. I'm just going into the sink. Get myself another clean spoon. And let's try again. Oh, that's much better. Yep, lovely. That's very nice. Not too sweet, just a little bit sweet. Because I don't like things too sweet. So that is what we are looking for. So remember the mixture, guys. Remember the amounts. And I have put in 10 teaspoons into that big mix. You can put in more or less, however your taste buds like. So I've had a little clean down and I'm just going to get the pastry horns and show you what they look like and how to remove the cone from inside of the mould. So these are still a little bit warm, but not too hot to handle. What I'm going to do is, when I remove the moulds, I'm going to place my pastry horns onto a cooling rack just to cool down further before we can fill them. So to remove our mould, so our pastry horn is nice and crisp, top and bottom. we're going to hold gently our pastry, and we're just going to turn our mould. Remember, there's butter on this mould, and the butter is to make things a little bit easier when removing. So, mould removed. There's our horn. We're going to fill that with deliciousness. So same thing again. Removed. This one's maybe a little bit warm, but we'll have a look. No, that's fine. That's 3. 4 and 5. So I'm going to reuse these moulds to do another lot of these. So I will have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I'll have about 10 or 11 in total. Be very gentle with the moulds because we don't want to break our pastry horns. So they now will continue to cool down a few minutes, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I've had a little clean down with a spray, and I'm just going to wipe the inside of my icing bag so it's nice and dry by using some blue paper towel that you just throw away. And then I'm finished with it. Okay, so I did show in one of my other videos a quick way to fill your bag with your cream. Get yourself a pint of glass, pop your bag in, make sure your nozzle is nice and straight, and then we get our cream. We'll start filling our bag with our cream. And then when we can't put no more in, we lift the bag up to allow more room. So then we lift the bag like that to allow more space to put more cream. Okay, so once our bag is full, we then give a little shake, take our bag off while pushing our cream down slowly, removing our glass, pushing our cream, pulling it down, twist, nice and tight, and just lay there until we're ready to go. So the next thing we're going to do is crush some biscuits. I'm not going to make a solid cheesecake base for the horns, I just want to crumble the biscuit crumb inside, and then we're going to chop some strawberries and mix it through with some jam. So I've got myself some digestive biscuits. You can use whatever biscuits you like. Ginger biscuits would be quite nice as well. And I don't want it too crumbly, I just want to I want it to have a bite. So if you do it too fine, it's just going to mix in with the cream, and I don't know, I just don't think it's going to be the same. So for this, I'm just going to break up the biscuit, but not too fine. So I want something that looks like this. I'm going to carry on breaking up my biscuits, and I shall see you in a minute. I've had another little clean down. I've got myself some strawberry jam and 2 nice big strawberries, which I'm just going to give them a little wash. So I've washed them and removed the leaves. I'm going to get myself a sharp knife, and we're going to chop our strawberries into quite small pieces because they've got to fit inside the cream horn. So we're just going to chop them into small pieces, mix them through with some of our jam. Just to be extra tasty. So we're just going to slice, chop, 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 chop. So we do want quite small pieces, you can see. And then we're not going to use all of this jam, but we are going to mix some of it through these strawberries. So we're just roughly chopping any shape you want, any way you want. Be adventurous, be creative, or just give it a little rough chop. Nobody who's going to see it really, they're just going to be going into their mouths and tasting scrummy. Okay, so here's our strawberries chopped. Add some of this strawberry jam, just a little, not too much. And just give this a little mix with my knife. Look at the shine on them strawberries from the jam. Does that look good? Or does that look good? Okay. So, our pastry horns are now cool enough to start filling. So this is the exciting bit, guys. So, here we go. Got my nice cooled down pastry. Got my bag of fresh cream and cheese and ice and sugar with our cream cheese mix there for our cheesecake. We've got our crumbled digestive biscuits, some fresh strawberries with some jam. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm just going to pop a few little bits of strawberries in the bottom. Get myself a spoon. You may want to use the knife to do this because it depends if how sort of wide these shells are. Well, that should be fine. So we're going to get a knife then and push these down to the bottom. Then we're going to put a few of our crumbs into the shell and push down. Like that. Then we're going to put all of our cream. Then a little bit more strawberry. Push it all down as much as you can. Get some more space to fill some more. And then we're just going to finish off, place that on my board. We're going to finish off by a nice big amount of cream. I'm going to have a bit more than that. Nice big amount of cream on our shell. That's one. And then we're going to do the same again. Strawberries into the bottom, crumbs, tap it down, push it down, some cream, some more strawberries, push it down, finish off with some more cream. Look at that, guys. But I'm not even finished there. I'm going to put a few more crumbly biscuits on the top there. And a little bit more of the strawberry. Look at that. Mmm. Nice tea time treat. Lovely. So, it's time to taste. I've got the smallest one of these because I don't have a huge sweet tooth, but I got a feeling these are going to be good. Fresh, crisp, light. Mm. 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 Now I can speak. Pastry is so crisp. The cheesecake filling is really good. Not too sweet, but really nice. And the strawberries with a bit of jam give it that nice sweetness. But then the crumbly biscuit brings it all together and makes it divine.